Hey, it's Monday afternoon. The sun is starting to go down, so I don't have a whole lot of time to say this. I made a video on Sunday, and I was supposed to download it to YouTube, but I never made it that far. And I got sidetracked because I was watching the Super Bowl. I know. But that's what happens when, you're in between and, you get sidetracked. Shit happens, it happens. And the older you get, the worse it gets. So, if you're not that old yet, I'm telling you right now, you get less sleep and your brain goes like, oh, look a dime, oh, look a squirrel. And that's what happens all the time. So be prepared. Now, today hasn't really been a very productive day for me. Last night I had a gut issue, and let's just keep it PG-13. I had a gut issue, and I was up most of the night, and so today was kind of like a lounge around lazy kind of day. There was things I needed to get done, but I did not get done because of drinking a bottle and a half of Pepto last night, and trying to get things under control. Put nicely. But like I said, today did nothing really got done except for I took the trash out, whoop-de-doo. Picked up a few things around the yard that got blown around from the neighbor's yard, whoop-de-doo. Now, yesterday when I got my package in from Amazon, this morning I went ahead and opened the package up, my big old package of my Mylar bags. And of course I printed off my label for the top and my ingredients and instructions and everything else. And I would say ingredients, but the instructions of what to do with it. And and I got, I think it was what, 10, 12 bags labeled and tagged. I went ahead and ordered some of the stuff that I need to fill the bags. They'll be here around the 15th-ish. So, with that being said and done, I'll have 12 bags I would say pre-ordered, but preset, I guess you would say, mixed together, sealed up. And then once I, like the Ziploc bag, seal that piece there, I'm going to take my food saver machine and put it inside there and seal the bag nice and tight, that way, there's nothing opens it up after I put everything inside of it, and everything will be good to go. So I went online, do Google search, and I looked up a few items similar to what I'm doing or putting together, and everything was $15 plus. So I figured if it's $15 online, and of course if you buy one package or if you buy multiples, then you gotta pay shipping and tax and everything else. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do it this way. I'll go ahead, I got my bags already, I got my labels, because I have a label printing machine, so I can print as many labels as I want of different sizes and kinds. And so I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and just do 12 starting out. And I'm gonna price them at $10 a bag. And now, I know somebody's gonna be like, well, you need to raise the price on this, and I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm not. This is what it's gonna be, because truthfully and honestly, I paid $20 for 100 bags. I already have majority of the stuff that's going to be going into them. I've had it for a period of time. And some of it I've actually grown myself. Some of the stuff I can't grow because it is what it is. But once you break it down to like in the quantity size, my $10 bag is basically, once I sell 2 bags, it has basically paid for everything. So I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be worried about it. And then after the 2 bag sale and it pays for everything, everything's pure profit. So, it is what it is. And and I would much rather, break even on 2 bags besides trying to be the schmoozing shyster that's, well, I'm gonna charge more because I can. No, I don't do that. I'll break even on 2 bags, make sure it pays for everything, then everything else I don't have to worry about. It is what it is. And yes, I'm drinking me a grape soda, which I do not need. But after last night, it feels so good in the belly. Now, I was on Facebook this afternoon, and because I have a lot of the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, a bunch of other state parks, and recreational, like hunting and fishing and trapping and stuff like that. So, but one of the posts that I saw is, now this is in my area, it's like right down the road, about 15 minutes-ish down the road. I do have a video of it from like a year or two, probably about 2 years ago, maybe 3, at Otter Creek Park. And I got pictures of the great big creek and stuff like that, things like that. And then of course there's a picture of the barge on the river coming towards Louisville type thing. But Otter Creek posted a thing on there where they had just stocked like so many 1,000 pounds of trout in their waterways. And I tagged a buddy of mine in it because me and him we are very outdoorsy people. And I figured with that much trout being stocked in the water systems, probably, I think it's March is when our state license renews. It might be February. I'll have to look it up. But I know here soon, because he said he's going to have to renew his license, which I am as well. And the only thing that's in favor for me versus most of my friends is when it comes to hunting. See, instead of Kentucky, you have to have an orange card. And that basically you have to take a class like once a year or once every 2 or 3 years, and you have to do like some kind of a certification thing to get your your recertification for your hunting card. Fortunately for me, I was born before they started this thing, and so I don't have to have an orange card because I'm automatically grandfathered in. And which is great. And but I have a couple of friends of mine that every year I would say every year, but every time they have to renew their orange card, I'm like, oh, isn't it so nice because I don't have to do that stuff. And they're like, oh, you bastard, blah blah blah, like that. They just chew my ass all the time. It's great because they have to go and take this class. I'm just like, I just go get my license, go out in the woods, start shooting shit. And they have to sit there for so many hours and do whatever. And yeah, it's great. But the downside of it is that I'm old. But that's the downside. But over here across the way, now there used to be a plant over here, like you can't see it, but take my word, it's over that direction. And it's like maybe from my front porch to their side building over there is probably 800-ish feet away from me. Maybe 1,000 feet, give or take. But it's like they had to skim out a water catch basin on the front of their property. Now they have not been there in close to 5 to 10 years. They had moved off. They still own the property, but they have moved off. And the water basin holds water like year-round. It's great. And in the spring and summertime, man, there's bullfrogs like crazy over there. So what I'm thinking is probably sometime when the bullfrog season starts, so to say, yeah, we're gonna go over there and we're definitely gonna try our luck at getting some frogs, because there's some frogs over there, like bullfrogs, like that big around. They're huge. So I'm like, you know, if we can get some decent, you know, frogs over there, oh yeah, frog legs galore. That'll be great. And yeah, it's one of those things. And here soon also, like I was talking about the fishing license, see, I got sidetracked because it's like that squirrel thing. Oh, look, a squirrel, and you just get sidetracked really easy. But yeah, once I find out exactly when the fishing license renews, I have to look that up here in a little bit anyway. Of course, y'all, it's like a matter for y'all, because you're not in my state. Well, some of y'all might be, but you know, or my region, you know. But anyway, we are definitely going to be doing a lot more fishing this spring and summer, and because I look at it this way. I don't care. Ooh, excuse me, I got the hiccups and the burps. I don't care if it's a panfish. Oh, I got a yawn. I don't care if it's a panfish. I don't care if it's a big ass bass. I don't care if it's a catfish. I don't care if it's a trout. I don't care if it's a carp. If I can fillet it and get a decent fillet off of it, I gotta stock my freezer up, because like I said in one of my videos before, you know, me and the wife used to go to the store and get tilapia all the time, and a bag of tilapia has gone up 4 times the price, and the bag's actually gotten smaller, and you know, it's not the same size anymore. So instead of, if I'm gonna go to the store and buy fish, a frozen fish, and you know, have like a small piece of fish like that, I would much rather spend about the same amount of money on a fishing license and go and catch my own fish and fillet it, and then soak it in a little bit of buttermilk, and you know, then stick it in the bag and freeze it. You know, I would much rather do that, and you know, than buy fish from, you know, whatever packing plant or whatever, and you know, it is what it is. Now, as far as hunting wise, I would love to go hunting, but that's just something that has not happened in so long. So I basically gave up hunting. I used to hunt all the time when I was a teenager and in my somewhat early 20s, but that's long past and gone. Truthfully and honestly, the only real hunting that I really enjoy is squirrel hunting, because I tell you right now, I mean, I have friends of mine that are die-hard deer hunters and turkey hunters and everything else. But me, myself, I'd much rather have a bunch of squirrel, because you fry some squirrel up, oh my God, it's so good. Now, the only thing better than squirrel is rabbit. But, rabbit's one of those things that's kind of, you have to be I have to be in the mood for it. But you fry up squirrel, I don't care where it's at. I'll pull up a plate, put a big old napkin in my shirt, and I'll be ready to tear it down. I love squirrel. So it is what it is. Plus it's getting kind of cold here, so I'm starting to yawn a little bit because the temperature's dropped some. Hearing birds. There's like tons and tons of birds way up there in neighbors' trees. Tons of them. Sounds like the movie The Bird from, what's his name, not Stephen King. Was it Stephen King? No. Yeah, it might have been Stephen King. Had the movie about the birds. Hell, I don't remember. I just know it's an old movie. But anyway, so tonight, you all are going to get 2 videos in the price of 1. Just because my old dumbass got busy watching the Super Bowl and I didn't download and post the first video. But yeah, I am so tickled pink still. I mean, even though today I didn't do anything like I was planning on doing, tomorrow's gonna be really nice. So that means when I get up in the morning, take the kids to the bus stop, come back home, I watch the news, and then I'm gonna be out here doing what I should have done today that I was not really able to do today because I was recovering from last night. So yeah, it'll be great. Now the 20th of this coming month, I'm gonna have surgery, and I think I've said it before once in one of my other videos, but when I have my surgery, you will not see me for at least a week-ish. So just to let you know, after the 20th, you know, you won't see me, and at least for 5 days, give or take, depending on how I feel. But man, it's great. I love it. You know, every day that goes by, which I know you're not supposed to waste your days, you're supposed to be productive, make the best of it, because you'll never get them back. But every day that goes by is that one more day closer to springtime, and I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait. Because yeah, I mean, I'm so ready to put, you know, potatoes in and onions in and start putting some tomato plants in and everything else in. And once I get a lot of my containers set and filled, I'm going to do a walk around of the yard. And I mean, I only have a half acre, so I mean, it's not like I have, you know, a huge part of land, but you know, with my half acre, I try to utilize as much of it as possible. And you know, every year I add something else, or I put something else in, or you know, so it's just one of those things of I don't want to have a Better Homes and Garden house. I want to have a yard that basically feeds me and somebody else in the process. You know, I'd never been big on, you know, I'm gonna take it back. When I was younger, like in my 20s, 30s, I wanted like a great big house and a big yard, you know, make it nice and, you know, just, I don't want to say pretty, but, you know, eye appeal. And once I got between like 35 and 40, I realized eye appeal is good and all, but it doesn't feed you. You know, I don't want to dump money into my yard to make it look pretty. I want to dump money into my yard to feed me and to feed somebody else. You know, people can say I'm a hobby farmer all they want, which I am. In a way, I am a hobby farmer, or an urban farmer, however you want to call it. If I had a lot more acreage around here, you better bet your sweet ass I'd have way more than what I have right now. You know, and the wife would really kill me then, because I'd be doing a lot more stupid stuff than I am doing now. But I'm gonna shut up, because the sun's starting to peak on the horizon over there, and I can tell I'm starting to get kind of pixelated, kind of fuzzy. So, like I said, this video is going to be video number 2, and you know, it's not going to really amount to anything, but it's the reason why I'm here right now versus what you didn't see on Sunday. So, y'all have a great night, take care, and I will see you again sometime really soon, and keep your nose clean and your powder dry, and everything should be okay, as long as you don't whore around. And remember, you cannot turn a whore into a housewife. It's impossible. Too many people's tried. See you later.